Hi, good afternoon. I hope your afternoon's going well. My afternoon's going great. I've just driven for a couple of hours and it felt amazing. The bliss, the freedom, the thrill driving for 60 miles straight at one leg of my journey. Fasten your seatbelt. This video is going to be profound. It's going to be amazing. Are you ready? We're going to remain stationary. We're not actually driving anywhere because I want to get my message out with a certain level of clarity, which I feel will only be delivered and will best be delivered if we remain stationary. Are you ready? Before I carry on with my amazing message, I want to start off with gratitude, with thank you. Thank you, Mike, for your amazing comments. I'm ever so grateful for your amazing feedback every week. Thank you. I'm so blessed to have you on board. I'm so fortunate. Thank you for that. Beth, I saw your amazing comment last week. Thank you so much for your amazing kindness and your amazing comment. Touched my heart too. As always, and your lengthy comments, they're profound and you've taught me some amazing lessons. And for the others here who have shared their amazing comments, you've taught me a lot. Your amazing insights, your wisdom have touched me on a deep level. Thank you. I want to follow on and ask you to be ever so kind as to smash that like button. Don't break your screen when you do that. Just press the like button with strength and tenacity and determination. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for the new subscribers. Got a couple new subscribers of late. Thank you. You've touched my heart. You're very important to me. Anybody who leaves feedback, you know I respond to your feedback and I very much appreciate it. Right, let's get on with today's message. Today's message is going to be a powerful one. Over the past week, I really got myself into a very relaxed equilibrium. How? How did I do it? I found Michael Singer's wisdom, insights, his videos here on YouTube. God sent it to me. It was almost as if like a miracle happened. And I faced a certain challenging situation at work, but Michael's relaxing, releasing, calm insights have changed me on a profound level. Michael Singer's a bit like Matt Kahn in his own unique way. He's Jewish and he takes on board amazing Buddhist teachings. It's amazing nowadays, a lot of people just take insights and wisdom and spirituality wherever they can find it. Because we become a universal world. We become a world of universality, of connection. And those distinctions, those divisions are slowly being chipped away. Who needs it? Who needs distinctions? Who needs separation? God didn't make his world, his intention for everyone to remain separated, to remain in their own sheltered confinement. That's not what God had in mind when he created this world. Hashem is about expansiveness, grace and kindness and love for all beings. God is all about, Hashem, by the way, is in reference to God. God is all about godliness, expansiveness, love, and giving to others and caring for others without personal, I was going to say deprivation. Because a lot of people only give to others if there's something they can derive from the other person. Otherwise, they're going to deprive the other person, which is their choice. Not stopping anybody from doing anything. But it's not what God had in mind when he created the world. This world's about abundance, about unity, about love for everybody. And for those who are not yet on that level, you don't yell at a flower when it's beginning to blossom. You don't yell at a child in his early years when he's beginning to walk. When she's beginning to walk and she keeps on falling. Why are you going to yell at her? Allow them to fall. Allow those who believe in the distinctions and their divisions and their superiority, inferiority complexes and their scarcity complexes. Allow them to be what they want to be. That's their choice. In any case, Michael Singer's profound insights have gotten me through this week. And one amazing teaching, which touched my heart on a deep level. I'm not wearing a t-shirt today, by the way. One amazing insight which touched my heart on a deep level was Michael Singer's insight pertaining to the duck on the water. Or rather, the bird on the water. He actually says bird. What do you mean by that? What do I mean by that? When a duck, a bird, let's stick to the bird. When a bird lands on the water and there are ripples all around the bird, if the duck remains, duck, bird, whichever you want to use, let's not get too carried away with that. If the duck wants to remain calm, it just has to stay there. And the ripples will happen, but they'll disappear eventually. If the duck is resistant and wants to resist it, it'll react to it. And as it reacts to it, it'll cause more ripples. It'll cause more waves, which will in effect cause more turbulence and more pain and suffering. And Michael Singer, he says it's exactly the same way with the human being. If you are resistant to what comes your way, if you fight it, you just cause more pain. So many of us are into this idea, into this concept of we need to fight suffering. We need to be angry towards those who are unkind towards us. If we respond with anger, they'll stop doing what they do. Thing is that more often than not, they won't stop doing what they do. They won't. And I could put up my hand here and say, I've been a victim to it. I've been of a similar mindset myself. I thought if I could react, if I'm reactive towards those who are unkind to me, they'll realize I'm strong and they won't mess with me. And often it led me nowhere. It doesn't lead you anywhere. It actually leaves you stranded. And the waves and the turbulence and the uncertainty, they just affect you even more. We have a situation, we're made aware that a bill has come in the mail, and we're made aware that we owe money, and we're quite certain that it's not our entire expenditure, and we resist, we act to it, we call up the phone company or the utility company, whatever it may be, and we yell, we say, that's not my expenditure, it's not, I didn't spend money on that. And then they come with like an itemized bill. Oh, you did. And in my case, more often than not, I just okay, I calm down and let it go. This week I had it with a company. They promised me compensation for something they had done, for being irresponsible. It was their fault. They promised me compensation. The compensation didn't come right away. I called up, upset. I reacted. And when they said to me, we promised you the money, but we're taking back the promise now. We're not going to give it to you. When they did that, I calmed down. I said, okay, it wasn't meant to be. This money wasn't meant for me. They promised me. That's their business. That's their stuff. Many people would say, excuse me, you promised me this money. And I had it in writing, by the way. I had it in an email. And I got an email, just call back the manager at this company, and we'll give you that money because we owe it to you because we have done things wrongly. And they said to me, this company, they said, we're not honoring it. We're not honoring it. And I said, okay, thank you very much and have a nice day. I didn't jump into the fire. I didn't react. I just rode the wave, so to speak. And the next day came and I'm still alive and nothing's happened to me, so I won't get the money. It wasn't intended for me. they didn't keep their word. That's their business, not mine. The point is that when you ride the wave, you go through the journey, you know that sometimes things are not always perfect, and there's sometimes where you're going to be in situations which cause you difficulty and challenges and struggles, and you decide to just ride the wave, sit on the water, allow the turbulence to be, you'll see it'll just dissipate on its own. And with time, by the way, and Michael Singer says it so beautifully, he says, with time, your brain, which is like a muscle, by the way, will become so used to it, will be so used to this non-reactive way of living, it won't yell and it won't get angry, it won't go into a state of aghast any longer. Now, I'm not preaching here, I'm not encouraging people to just go in total surrender and not deal with challenges and difficulties in a proactive way. Not at all. By the way, Michael Singer, who struggled for 6 years with court proceedings, false charges, by the way, for 6 years, he struggled with it. And he didn't react by just saying, okay, no lawyer, I'm not getting involved. You want to put me in jail, put me in jail. That's not how he dealt with it. He got a lawyer. He did whatever he could to defend himself. But not once during those 6 years, imagine, by the way, 6 years, 6 years, he was persecuted by the FBI. They chased him. They turned over his entire company on false charges, which somebody within the company was responsible for. And Michael Singer, who, by the way, does not find fault, does not find blame in others, who just sees it as part of the situation that unfolded, Michael Singer just rode through it. And he became a better person for it. And he understood why he had to go through that experience. And he meditated a lot during that period, and he even wrote a book. Just imagine, I saw him telling this to Oprah Winfrey. He said, I wrote a book whilst I was going through the interrogation, whilst my company was being turned upside down. And he was in a situation where he could have been arrested on these false charges. But he just rode through it for 6 years. Imagine that, for 6 years. I sat through false allegations for 18 months after my ex came along with false allegations with community members who stood behind her when she pursued this. I'm not going to go into it at this point, but I sat through it, and I could tell you, you have no idea what it feels like. Although you know that you're totally innocent, and you know that a person made it up, but it's actually, it's our own mind which plays the most havoc. By the way, our own mind plays the havoc. But what if? And today I look back and I'm like, and if I would have gone to jail, I would have. And I've actually picked up on this a short time after. I said to myself, if I would have gone to jail on the false allegations, on the false charges, I probably would have been able to take a course and move forward and build a business from there. Because that's what many people in jail do. Now, bear in mind, nobody's going to put Jessica Maiden in jail, because Jessica Maiden is a person who's innocent and is a good person and has never done anything that she was accused of. But in any case, when somebody comes along with false charges, just sit through it, ride through it, because you'd be surprised what will actually happen if you ride through it and you don't try to resist it and challenge it. Like I said, don't sit in it with total surrender. Do what you have to do, but don't become resistant, and don't allow your mind to play games on you. Because very often, by the way, it's your mind playing the games, not the other person. If you just do whatever you have to do, and you meditate, and you stay in a good place of equilibrium, the other person won't be able to really affect you. They'll come along and they'll disappear eventually. Whatever challenge we face, whatever struggle we face, those challenges, those struggles, are not something which is either good or bad. Michael Singer says it's not good or bad. It's just there to build you up very often. And sometimes you won't see it right away. This I've heard from Napoleon Hill. You might not see it right away, it might take you time, but eventually you look back and say, wow, that built me. And I could look back and say that the challenge I had for 18 months after my ex came up with the false allegations, and the police was unwilling to deal with it, because why should the police deal with something which is almost like a broken paper record? It's so common for exes to do. So the police just said, yeah, we'll deal with it. For 18 months, it was not dealt with. My mind played tricks on me, and it's made me think of the worst, and I caused a lot of my own havoc in the process. Very often exes could do that. They could take good revenge, and the other person who they charge with their revenge could do most of the pain on themselves, could cause most of the pain on themselves. That's what happened to me. I forgive my ex, and I actually think if I wouldn't have had the experience, I wouldn't have moved forward, and I wouldn't have been able to gain the insights and the wisdom and the spirituality which I've gained today. I still say Al Tivi Ein L'Dei Nisayon, which is a Hebrew term for do not put me through another test. Going through a test or a challenge is difficult, and you don't know if you'll pass it next time. By the way, it could have killed me. The challenge I faced, it could have killed me. There were times when I felt like I gave up. I was going to jump off a roof. Because that's what it does to you. It could do that to you. And obviously the person who propagates such a thing, they have real depravity and scarcity in their heart. And whenever somebody struggles with depravity and scarcity, it comes back, it bounces back onto them. And, I forgive the other person, but nonetheless, I can tell you that person caused me a lot of agmas nefesh, a lot of pain and suffering. And that's theirs to worry about. That's their, to consider. They will take it up with God when God asks them, why did you do that? That's their business, not mine. I forgive. I'm a mature person. I'm the bigger person for what happened. I can forgive. But the other person, that's for them and God to work out between them and the Creator. Obviously, I'm not I'm not an advocate of silencing victims or encouraging victims to just surrender and do nothing. But I'm just an advocate for doing things from a place of calmness, because when you do things from a place of calmness, ironically enough, you're much more successful in the process. You do things from a place of resistance, from anger, from frustration, from reaction, you don't do it as well. When you react, you're less successful. It's just how it is. Powerful stuff. And this week's biblical portion, it says in the verse, and you shall make for me a sanctuary and rest within it. Now, the word b'seicham, rest within it, is very much within the individual's mind. B'seicham, which is actually within context, it appears to mean within that domain, within the intention of the verse was all about the actual tabernacle, which is where we were suggested to bring God there and to have God rest there and to prepare the ground for God, etc. But in reality, the word b'seicham, the actual translation of the word b'seicham, means within you, which effectively means that you need to prepare the groundwork within you before you could prepare the groundwork within the space of the tabernacle. And the meaning is that you need to prepare the groundwork within you. You have to create a baseline, a base of positivity, of growth, of godliness. You have to be kind to others without intention for immediate gratification. Kind to others because you are a godly being, you're a sentient being, not with intention to get something back from them, for them to reciprocate. Even if you don't hear back from the other person, it's okay. Keep on doing it, because you will see the results. I do things every single day, and for 99% of the time, 99% of the days, I see no results. But I keep on doing it. I've been doing it for a couple of months, because I'm a godly being, I'm a sentient being, and I've seen good results in my own life. Because God, the universe, delivers. When you do kindness for others, that person might not appreciate or respond to it or do anything about it, but you've done something good, and God will take care of you. God will look after you. God looks after his people. That's something which I've seen time and again. So be that sentient being, be that good person, do good things, and you will live a life of bliss, a life of godliness. And you'll be a showcase for all those around you. Wishing you a great Shabbat, a great Saturday, a peaceful weekend, a peaceful Saturday. And remember, you're a godly being, you're a sentient being, you're important, you count, and move forward with the coming week with bliss, with happiness, with a growth mindset. I love you. I look forward to your feedback. I look forward to your amazing ideas, your wisdom, which you share with me in the comment section below. And I look forward to having more subscribers. You are all awesome and amazing. I love you.